shocked her that she could recite them, verbatim. After what, 12 years? Yes, it had been 12 years since Vin Doherty had said those words to her. That idyllic summer. They'd worked together in the crab shack in Hawks Cove. Her parents hadn't wanted her to take the job at the shack, hadn't seen the need for it given the generous allowance they'd gave her. But all her friends had summer jobs lined up, and she'd pleaded. And her BFFs had pleaded. And even Ewan, the owner of the crab shack, had pleaded. Such a softie. And at last, she'd been given the okay. To be just like every other 16-year-old in the village. Unfortunately, a week into the job, she'd had a wisdom tooth out. Typical that she'd get her wisdom teeth earlier than any other kid. And that one of them would be impacted. Seriously, it was like the universe had it in for her. Her parents, true to form, had acted like she was about to be measured for her coffin. And it had taken 2 days in bed and an extra day of frantic begging before Zoe was allowed to return to work. But her parents' capitulation had come at a price. Constant phone calls. After the 8th call on her first day back, Zoe had decided that giving up the job was preferable to having every shack employee lining up to throttle her. She'd hurried out to the storeroom, phone gripped in one hand, blinking away tears because she didn't cry, ever. When Finn had, materialised, he'd looked at the phone, at her face, and understood the situation instantly. That was when he'd said those words to her. And then he told her that big battle had been getting her parents to agree to the job. But the phone calls? Pfft, they were nothing. And just like that, the phone calls had ceased to matter. So she called her parents, right there in front of Finn, and explained that if she didn't answer a call immediately, it didn't mean she was being rushed to hospital, only that she was busy. And in such cases, she'd call them back within half an hour. Cross her heart, hope not to die. Then she'd set the phone to vibrate only, and whenever it buzzed in the back pocket of her jeans, she smiled at Finn, and he smiled back, sharing the secret. And over the next few days, the calls had tapered off, the way the emails she was currently dealing with always did eventually. So do with it, Zoe. The sooner you deal, the sooner you're free. She switched windows on her computer for long responses, and she was determined to compose a long one, knocking off every possible issue she could think of as a forestalling tactic. She preferred keyboard typing to tapping on her phone. She couldn't imagine what there was left for them to warn her about, but when she opened the message, she saw they'd found something. Christina, Zoe's regular travel companion. The email was oh so carefully worded. This wasn't a hill her parents were prepared to die on, lest Zoe decided no more travel companion at all. But nevertheless, the dictates were clear. Zoe should remember Christina was there to help. It was fine for Christina to enjoy herself, and nobody expected her to hover over Zoe 24 hours a day. But Zoe shouldn't see it as an imposition to request Christina's assistance whenever she needed it. Christina was stronger than Zoe, as well as being a trained nurse. Zoe shouldn't insist on doing all the transfers to and from her chair herself all the time. The easy way to head this particular concern off at the pass was to let her parents know that Christina had become as tediously dedicated to Zoe's well-being as they were, to the point where Zoe had to send her on made-up errands to win herself some breathing space. Today, for example, Zoe had asked her to carry out a completely unnecessary accessibility check of the entire Parava resort. Problem was, though, if she told her parents Christina had been afflicted with the Protect Zoe Taylor at all costs disease, they'd probably kick off the campaign to get Zoe to hire Christina as a permanent living assistant.